What if a Leviathan was dropped into the modern ocean? Could it dominate these seas? You open your eyes, your head throbbing with a split-second, agonizing pain. Just a moment ago, you were locked onto a megalodon, gearing up for a surprise attack. Then everything went black. How on earth did you end up here? Assuming you're this unlucky creature, you instinctively emit a sonar pulse to scout the area. Your sonar system gives you the sharpest eyes in the ocean, pinpointing exactly where the prey is and which paths to take, marking every detail with crystal clarity. But this time, all that bounces back is static noise. Cargo ships, subsea engineering, and sonar pinging from human warships. Your already aching head feels like it's about to burst. The sonar that was foolproof your entire life has rendered itself completely useless for the first time in these waters. Yet you have no time to dwell on that. You're starving, and with your sonar down, you can only strain your eyes wide open. After swimming for quite a while, you finally spot a sperm whale, cruising near the surface. Lowering your body, you charge toward it at full speed. The crushing momentum of 17 meters and 60 tons slams full force into its midsection. You hear its entire row of ribs snap crisp and clean right beneath your forehead. Before it can even react, your jaws are already wide open, sinking teeth twice as long as a T-Rex's, deep into its flesh driven by that immense momentum. You gulp down huge chunks of warm, rich blubber, warming your belly all the way down. Only then do you catch your breath and regain some strength. Before long, two great white sharks arrive, drawn by the scent. Taking one look at your massive size, they immediately turn tail and swim away without a second thought. A week later, several massive targets register on your sonar, a small pod of sperm whales. You lock your eyes on a calf. Just like you always do, you launch a direct charge. But right at that moment, something strange happens. The pod suddenly starts communicating in frantic bursts. A barrage of high-frequency clicking sounds ripples rapidly between them. In an instant, they form a circular defensive formation, shielding the calf securely in the center. The massive flukes of every adult whale are pointed outward like loaded cannons. And that's not all. One of them blasts a huge cloud of liquid feces straight at you, coating your entire face and blinding your sight completely. Yet you don't back down. You charge at one on the flank. Before you can even get close, two heavy tails slam into you simultaneously, forcing you back several meters by sheer force. You freeze in utter disbelief. You've never encountered a defense like this in your entire life. They actually know how to coordinate tactical teamwork. While you stand there stunned, they calmly escort the calf away at an unhurried pace. From the direction they are swimming, another sound comes drifting over, high-pitched and sharp, incomprehensible to you. You only sense that someone has been watching you from afar, analyzing your every hunting maneuver and taking it all in. 6 months later, your sonar picks up another massive signal, nearly the exact same size as you. Assuming it's a rival trying to steal your territory, you lower your body and charge forward, ready for a fight. But before you make impact, that creature fires a sonar pulse right back at you. The moment that pulse hits your body, a shiver runs through your entire frame. That frequency matches yours to the exact millimeter. Both of you freeze in the water, neither moving an inch, using sonar to scan each other thoroughly from head to tail. It's a female Leviathan. She was probably dropped into this modern ocean just like you, a stranger who doesn't belong here either. From that point on, you begin hunting together and master new cooperative strategies. One herding the school of fish from one side, while the other waits on the receiving end, with wide open jaws. Slippery targets you could never catch alone before are now ambushed in a pincer movement. Not a single one can escape. In the evening, as you surface to breathe, another spray of water droplets rises right beside you. 2 breaths, one after another, pluming into the ocean sunset glowing red. For your entire life, surfacing to breathe was just about breaking through the surface tension, but this time you rise, simply because the one next to you surfaced as well. Half a year later, your calf is born, about the size of your head. Yet with its tiny teeth, soft skeleton, and adorable baby sonar, it closely follows your lead as it grows. By all accounts, it should stay tucked safely right between the two of you, yet it stubbornly insists on crowding close to your side. It burrows right under that massive jaw of yours, the one built to crush spines, and falls asleep snuggled against your battle scars. You, a walking killing machine, that usually guarantees death to anyone who touches you, don't shake it off. Instead, you even unconsciously ease up on your swimming speed. Time after time, its mother herds it back to the middle, and time after time, it slips right back to your side. On this day, 7 or 8 orcas lock onto the calf's movements and creep up on you. The calf is soft, making it the easiest prey. They try approaching from multiple directions, hoping to wedge themselves between the two of you and isolate the baby on its own. You recognize this tactic? Coordinated teamwork was the exact same trick the sperm whales used against you back then. Except that time, you are all alone. Things are different now. The more they try to divide you, the closer you and your partner pull the calf in. The moment they close in, a head-on ram from you flips the lead attacker upside down. Another try to sneak in from your blind spot behind, only to be clamped in a deadly grip by your partner and dragged right back. You guard the front, and she guards the rear flank. Anyone daring to come near gets brutally mauled. One gets hit so hard its belly turns up, and 2 others have their fins shredded in her jaws. The 2 of you form a seamless wall of defense, refusing to give them even a single opening. Once 5 lifeless orcas float motionless in the water, the remaining 2 or 3 finally lose their nerve. They retreat to a distance, swimming slowly and watching you with cold, lingering eyes. After that fight, peace settles in for a long while. You watch the calf learn to hunt, missing its very first lunge at a tuna, turning back to look at you with a completely bewildered face. It tries a few more times, finally getting the angle right and catching a slow one, as it pounced all on its own and caught the prey in its mouth. That evening, as you surface for air, the 2 massive plumes of water on the ocean's surface are now joined by a smaller spout right beside them. The quiet days don't last long, though. That pod of orcas has returned. This time, it isn't just a scouting group of 5 or 6 like before, but a massive dark wall of them, swarming in from every single direction. They don't rush straight at you. Instead, several flank around from the sides, and before you even have time to react, they manage to surround each of you separately. When you try to ram them, they weave tightly around you, refusing to let you land a direct hit. They take turns coming at you from both sides, taking a bite and immediately backing away, pinning you down completely, and bleeding you out drop by drop. Over by the calf, they are executing a drowning tactic, trying to force the baby into the deep water to suffocate it. In just a matter of moments, a gash is bitten open on the calf's back, and blood diffuses into the water. You can't let this wear you down any longer. Swinging your massive head violently, you knock away the orcas harassing you, pushing through by brute force to reach her side. The 2 of you stand back to back, guarding the calf safely in the center between left and right. But there are simply too many orcas. The moment you knock one down, 2 more immediately step up to fill the gap. They refuse to engage in head-on clashes, clearly intending to wear you out until you die of exhaustion. You can endure a blow or 2, but not this endless, relentless attrition. Both of you know deep down, if this keeps up, not a single one of the 3 of you will make it out alive. Abruptly lowering your body, you drive that head the battering ram of your entire lifetime, at full speed straight into the thinnest part of their encirclement. With flesh and blood flying, you shatter a breach in their wall. Turning your head back, you emit a sharp sonar call to her. She understands instantly and bolts through the opening at your side, taking the calf with her. Just as the calf breaks free, it turns around to find you again. Ever since it was born, it loved nestling behind your back, viewing you as its ultimate pillar of safety. But this time, you bare your full mouthful of lethal teeth at it, letting out the most terrifying roar of your entire life. The calf freezes on the spot, never having seen you like this before. Seizing the opening, She bites onto the back of the calf's neck and drags it away with all her strength. You position yourself across the path, glaring at the pack of orcas. An older female orca utters a few clicking sounds, and 5 orcas immediately bypass you on command, surging ahead in hot pursuit of the mother and child. You helplessly watch them slip past, yet you don't dare move. If you give chase, the massive swarm behind you will follow and crush the calf and mother. You can only hold your ground, watching her and the calf submerge completely into the deep ocean, fading out of sight forever. Now, you have nothing left to protect. You turn around and ram head-on into an orca, preparing to ambush you with full force. Another one lunges right before your eyes. You open those jaws with teeth longer than a T-Rex's, and bite straight through it. Without even looking back, you whip your tail, viciously swatting away the orca sneaking up behind you. One after another, you completely unleash your fury, tearing through them as the ocean turns murky with blood. Yet there are simply too many of them, relentlessly inflicting wound after wound upon your body. 10 minutes pass. Corpses of orcas you crushed and mauled float around you, but barely an inch of your own flesh remains uninjured. Having lost too much blood, you slowly sink downward as your vision fades to black. Holding on to your final breath, you send out one last sonar pulse in the direction she and the calf fled. In the echo, the signals of those pursuers have vanished. She killed every single one of them herself. She and the calf have reached the safety of the deep sea. Hearing your sonar, she pauses in her tracks and sends a response back toward you. That single call carried the exact same frequency as the day you first met her. Your sonar worked flawlessly your whole life, hitting the mark every time, yet in this ocean, it brought back nothing but noise. Yet on this very last pulse, what returned was not noise. It was the voice of family. You relax your tensed body, close your eyes, and this time, all those noises that haunted you all along fall completely silent. Many years pass. The calf that used to hide behind you all the time has long grown into a Leviathan as powerful as you were. The old scar left by the orca still marks its back. Beside him swims another female Leviathan, who also drifted into these waters later on and became his family. That evening, as they surface to breathe, the sunset glows upon the water, spouting 2 massive plumes of spray, joined by a smaller one right beside them. Only this time,